call, and that's great. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ricky. I'm the Technical Program Manager for the team at AWS. And thank you for joining our session today about Build on ASEAN 2021, the info session where we will run through a couple of slides just to give you information about Build on. More than, probably most of the information, in fact, you can find on the website, just a little bit of the details that we want to share with you. And to take questions if you have them along the way. Yeah, please feel free to pop them in chat. We'll answer them, or at the end of my presentation, this quick about 10-minute presentation, we'll take those questions. Okay, I have with me on the call also with his video turned on, that's Danny. That's my teammate, Danny, the program manager on the team as well. So let's go.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, so this is 2020's edition of Build On, where we have more than 1,800 participants joining us across 5 countries. Very excited that this year we have expanded the program somewhat and we're covering a few more countries, but that's okay. Some of the countries, if you do come across in social media or their websites, doesn't mean that all our Build On hackathons across the different countries run at the same time. Some of them will run on a separate track, either before the ASEAN edition, or it could be after the ASEAN edition. So just in case, to let you know, if you see us Build On somewhere, how come the timeline is different? And that's the reason, because we have to cater to different seasons as well. Okay, now your hackathon journey, when you choose to join us, there will be a phase 1, which is currently from 11th of June to 27th of June, where we have training for you, like the one lined up for today at 7 o'clock later on tonight. So we cover the basics of Python, as well as how to use AWS, all the way up to maybe some ASEAN modules that you will see also in the list of workshops that we have, design thinking as well. So a list of workshops, and we encourage you to attend all of them where possible. And for those that you cannot, we have it recorded for you so that you can play back the video at a time that's more convenient for you. So that's phase 1. And alongside that, also in phase 1 is where you register for Build On and start to do your proposals. I say again, so in phase 1, 11th of June to 27th of June, is 2 things are happening. One is the learn phase, and at the same time, you register for Build On and work on your proposal, because that would be the phase 2 where we cut off, okay, phase 1 and basically phase 1 and 2, it's kind of the same time, right? It's over here where you learn, because June 27 is the cutoff date for teams to submit your proposal. Okay, I say one more time. June 27 is the cutoff date for teams to submit your written proposal based on the challenge statement that your team has selected and has been allocated in that sense. And then the top 6 teams, so basically after you submit the proposal, our team will come in together with the challenge statement owners. We will look at those submissions, and then the top 6 teams per challenge statement owners will be selected to go on to build the prototype. That goes on for another 2 weeks. Okay, that goes on for another 2 weeks. So after that 2 weeks, that's when you will be submitting your prototype, okay, your minimum viable prototype that you built on the AWS solutions that we will give you access to. Okay, allow me to rewind a little bit. So all participants that register for Build On will be given an AWS Educate account, and through that account, you will have access to the management console that allows you to build using our AWS services. That's how you go on to build your prototype. This is the phase where we ask that you build a prototype, but if you want to start building your prototype before that, there's nothing stopping you from building the prototype even before the prototype phase. That's fine. And after the prototypes are submitted, then we're going to have a finale whereby the teams will come and, oh, I apologize, we made a slight change here. Okay, let me take that back. So the prototype is a phase where you build the prototype, but you don't have to submit to us. It's different from last year. So what happened is that you build your prototype and you present them live. Okay, so 2 weeks you build a prototype and then you present them live, live presentation with the challenge statement owners, the companies themselves, and then they will ask questions along the way. And after that, post-event, we're going to have opportunities like a job fair where we invite you to join, to be connected with companies, and that could be possible job placements also. So the list of workshops that we have for you, the first 4 are already over. The recordings should be up for you. If not, you'll be coming on within a day or 2 after that event. Later tonight will be the This is the ASEAN session that we're having now. Later tonight will be the introduction to management console on AWS, as well as how to build simple websites using HTML, CSS, as well as JavaScript. So this whole list is available on our website. And you would be very familiar with YY by now. He's running the first 4 sessions. Today will be by instructor Eric, who will be taking us for the introduction to AWS Management Console, as well as HTML sessions. Okay. Yeah, and these are the remaining sessions that we have upcoming for you. I'm just going to play the slides so that you see the sessions that we have lined up for you, some of them.
Sorry to interrupt. Apologies for interrupting. I just have a question.
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah, go on.
Where can we find the where can we find the previous videos for like the previous workshops, like the four workshops that you just said that have already
right.
been done?
I will show you at the end of the presentation. I will point you to the website of where to get those videos. Good question. Thanks for that.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, so you're looking, you have all these workshops lined up for you. Now, I would like to go to the phase of basically now, phase 1 and 2 happens at the same time, like I said, right? So now if you have joined Build On, you can already start writing your business proposal. It would be a minimum of 5 pages and a max of 10, and we don't count the cover page and your outline as well as appendix. So those detailed information, please keep them in the appendix, but the main part of it has got to be within 5 to 10 pages, including these sections. Okay, we will be giving the template to all the teams that have registered for Build On, and then so that you can start to work on them. So basically, these are what you need to cover in a sense: the significance of the problem that has been that you have chosen, and then you want to introduce what kind of solution do you want to build, and how does it basically work. Okay, and having come up with the solution, how then would be the impact of that solution, like how does the society benefit from it, how is it better than whatever is already available there, or maybe some other upcoming solutions that you're aware of. And yeah, so basically the competitive advantage is something that we want you to elaborate a little bit more. And then if you have some diagrams, later I have the next slide showing you some details there, but you have diagrams that's really going to help, because like how a flowchart of how it works, or you have an architectural diagram for section number 5, you can tell us how you intend to build that solution in the cloud. We know that this is still writing the proposal, so you may not have already built the solution, but this is really the skeleton of how you intend to build that solution. And later on in your prototype, if you deviate from this a little bit, that's fine. But the idea is that at this stage, if you can have as complete a design as possible, that's really going to help you later on when you build the solution also. Okay. Yeah, and then talk about the future developments, because many a times the proposal that we have, it's there could be some limitations as we see it. So what's going to happen in the version 2 of it? Yeah, that's something that you want to write in this section number 6 as well. So this is the diagrams that I was talking about. A flow chart would really help. How is the diagram how does the solution gonna work based on the flow chart? So when I see the flow chart, when our companies representative from the companies see the flow chart, they sort of really get an idea of how the system is going to work. Because at this stage, you're not going to give them a demo, right? So the flow chart is going to help a lot. And then the architecture diagram, the one you see here. Now, this is a commercial setup. So we don't expect something as detailed as that, but we want to see some sort of an architecture diagram in a simplified manner. That's fine. But really the services that you use and how do they relate to one another. Okay, the minimum viable prototype when you go to phase 3 is when you start building stuff, right? So at this stage, what do you need to consider? You need to consider like what will the user see? How will it be for the user? And at the same time, you're going to have a back-end infrastructure. How do you collect the data, and then how do you process them, and what kind of information you want to collect, how you want to keep it in the database, in what structure? These are the considerations that you must have. Okay, and talk about scalability, because maybe on the first week of your launch of your product, you expect to say maybe have 50 users, but what if it suddenly scale to 5,000? So how is the solution going? How is your prototype going to cater to this piece when it scales up? Okay, next. How's the finale night? Okay, so you have built your solution, right? So in the finale, we expect you to have a slide there's no limit to how many slides to the deck that you need. Okay, you need to submit the deck for us, and then on the actual day, that's when you present this deck of slides to the panel of judges, and then you have 10 minutes to present. And in that 10 minutes, you are expected to show the demonstration of your prototype. How does it work? Okay, preferably not just a picture. You see, if you have a working prototype, that's really going to help the team, so they can click through and say, okay, the user will click this to do this, and then after that they will go here to pick up the information and stuff like that. All right, and after all the teams have presented, we'll go for a 30-minute break for the judge to score all the teams, and then we're going to come back to you, and at the very same finale session, you're going to know who's the winner, who's the runner-up, and things like that. Okay, we encourage you to present in English. Yep, as far as possible, present them in English. If you really don't have a way, then you can present in your language. But if there's somebody who can do some translation, that's going to help a lot. Okay, yeah. So the judging matrix would be something that many of you would be interested to know in. So you'll be judged based on these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 categories. Yep, and each one of them we will score you based on a scale of 1 to 5. Okay, the idea, how does it solve the problem on hand, how innovative it is, and then based on the AWS services that you use, what's the technical level that you are at. Okay, as in based on what's available out there, how does your team plan to use those services that we have to solve this solution. Okay, and then some solutions can be really great, but it's just not viable from a business standpoint. So that's where the fourth section that we'll rate you based on, the business viability part. And the last one would be the actual presentation, right? That also has a scoring based on your performance at the presentation. And so it's also important, the presentation part, don't forget about that. Okay, we have categories of the winners, champion, the first runner-up, as well as the second runner-up lineup for you. Okay, so why would you want to join Build On? There are exciting prizes for you, devices and vouchers and all that. And then we will also have some skill sets and certifications for participants who join us. That we have some vouchers that we can give you so that you can go take the AWS industry certifications at a discount. And then of course you've got experience with the ASEAN level participants and also workshops that we have for you. Okay. Yeah. Of course, if you have a great idea, nothing's stopping you from taking your idea and go, start and commercialize it in some way. Okay, especially with the companies coming on board, and if they take you in for an internship, an employment opportunity, your idea could very well be the next big thing out there. Okay, that we can market. So who are we looking for? We have the junior category, which is open to secondary schools as well as junior college, but that is only for Singapore. And for the rest of the nations, including Singapore as well, it would be the institute category, where we're looking for the college level and like polytechnics, the ITs, as well as universities. Okay, you need to form groups of 3 to 5. Be very willing to learn, because a lot of most of our participants in the past have got no experience at all with our services, but they pick up along the way, and that's completely fine, and it's not that difficult to pick up all these, okay, to submit the required proposals and all that. You choose a challenge statement from what's available on the website. You write a business proposal. You submit it to us by 27th of June. And the shortlisted teams will go on to build the minimum viable prototype. And that's about it. The commitment period that you need, it's from now all the way till sometime in August 2021. Okay, so I've come to the end of this session. I'm going to show you where to pull out the recordings of the previous session right after this. But in any case, if you've got questions beyond today's session that we are not able to answer, please reach out to us at apga-educate@amazon.com. The website, the email address is also available in the website. Great. So I'm now going to go to the website to show you where to pull out the links to. All right, so this is the Build on ASEAN 2021 website, and then a lot of information there, but I'm just going to skip to the workshops part. Okay, so these are the list of workshops. So you see watch recording, because that's the session that's already over. You click on that, it'll take you to the recording. And then like this one is up and coming at 7 o'clock, you have to click on register for each one of them. So you want to go for this, you got to click on that. You want to go for Python session 5, you got to click on that to register for the sessions that's upcoming. Okay. Good. Yeah, let's open the floor for questions. If you have them, yeah, unmute yourself. You can ask the questions. If you're shy, you can type in the chat and then we'll reply to you. Okay. Anyway, if you've got no questions, please feel free to have the rest of the night. Have a good rest. Great weekend to you. We'll still be staying on for participants who still have questions or who have joined us late and got questions to ask us. We'll be around to answer those questions. Otherwise, thank you very much for attending today's session. And yep, there's one at 7 o'clock, the workshop. Remember to register for that, introduction to HTML as well as AWS Management Console. Good day, everyone.